Alrighty, class.
Yes.
All right, thank you. Okay, what are we today? This is what is it? 80, 87?
Yes, sir.
87 today's date.
You know, it feels so good when you're actually on the right page.
Okay, so there we go. Now, on these problems right here. Hey, excuse me, back over there. Both of you guys got phones out and ain't even trying. Put it away. Get the light, please. All right, so again, I will mention it. Make sure your phone's away during this. I don't want to have to yell at you for something ridiculous like that. All right, so we're going to go through, and it says, how are these graphs same? How are they different? The first one, what do we know about this first graph?
It has no negative y values.
No negative y values. What do you think the graph looks like, though? What type of graph is it? It is nonlinear. Very good. Okay, these are positive numbers, right? Anyone recall what this one was? We did it a couple days ago. What is that? What is this type of graph called?
It's
Yes. Now, how do I get that? If I had a graph and I had a function, and this is the graph of that function, what would my function be? No, not negative x.
X to the second.
X squared. There we go. X to the second. So x squared, right? So that's going to be an x squared. Now, what about this one? What is this one over here going to be?
X to the third.
X to the third.
Bro, just chill.
All right. What else do we know about this?
It's a
They both go to the origin.
Angel, please away. Angel, please put it away so you're not distracted by it. All right, so watch this. I'll show you guys. Okay, right there. So given that line right there, that's 4. What do I know about that? It crosses, right? And what does that tell me where it crosses? -2 and plus or minus 2, right? So on these ones right here, I should have a plus or minus, right? I should have 2 answers off of this. So we got there and there. So on these ones right here, I have 2 answers, don't I? Now, do I have 2 answers on this one? No, I don't have 2 answers. This goes back to the positive and negative. Did I have any negative values out of this? There was no negative values out of this, was there? Nope. We had positive values only. No negatives. All right, what about these over here? Looks like let's do the same line. At 4. Same line at 4 right there. And what do we know? I have just one solution. I only have one solution. No, this one's only one. Because, look, on this one, it only crosses my line once. This one, it crosses here, and it crosses here. That's why this one is plus and minus 2. This one is an x cubed, and so it only touches it one time. Yes, go ahead. All right, so now given that much information, we're going to do the same thing with this one here. So I'm going to start off with my 8. This is a graph of a cube root. Here's 8. How many solutions do I have? Very good. I have one solution, so one solution. And what is my solution going to be? look, right here, it is going to be 2. So x equals 2. Now let's look at the next one. So same thing, I'm going to find my line at number 2, which is right here. How many solutions do I have? I only have one solution, so I have one solution. And with that one solution, what do you think that one solution is going to be? 1.25? Okay. X equals 1.25. Very good. We're picking it from the graph, right? All right. So let's look at this next one. X cubed equals 0. So I'm going to draw my line at 0. All right. How many solutions do I have? I only have one solution because it only crosses right here at 0. It's only one solution. It's only going to cross at 0. So it's one solution, and x equals 0. All right, let's go back to our negative 8. Negative 8. Down at the bottom. One solution? Yeah. So I have one solution here. And my answer is going to be what? Very good. And my last one is negative 2. Put a line right here at negative 2. How many solutions? Only one solution. I got a one solution there. X equals negative 1.25. Okay. That's pretty easy with a graph, right?
Try without a graph.
Okay. All right, let's flip. Now, this one right here, I'm starting with y equals the cube root of x. Y equals the cube root of x. So now we're going to find solutions to the cube root of x. So my graph is the cube root of x. So there's my cube root of x. Negative 4. So now I'm going to go ahead and graph my negative 4. Negative 4 is right here. So what do you think it's going to be?
Negative 6.
Negative 6 right here? Not negative 6.
Negative 60.
Negative 60. Very good. So we're going to say it's going to be x is about negative 60. Now we're going to actually do the math to solve for it. We're going to do the math now to solve for it. So how do I undo a root 3 or a third root? Raise it to the third power, right? So it's cube root of x raised to the third, and it's negative 4 also raised to the third. So I raise both sides to the third power. So that's going to give me x equals, Jesus, please pay attention. Please. Okay. Negative 4 times negative 4 is positive 16. Positive 16 times negative 4. Negative 64. Yes, you have to do the power on that one too. So it's going to be negative 64. So we now have the value on it exactly. Right, Jesus? And I know you're putting your phone away right now, right? Because it is a distraction for you for some reason. Find the solution of the equation. So if I'm actually, let's look at these right here. From the graph, I came up with my answer was negative 60. But when I did the math, it's negative 64. It's actually pretty close though, right? Okay, if you're ever estimating, very good. If you're estimating, this is okay. But if it actually asks for the solution or exact solution, it needs to be this. You need to do the math on it. Now, find the solution of the equation cube root of x is equal to 3.5. Now, on your paper, I want you to do the steps, same steps that we just did. I'm going to write it out. I'm going to give you a second. All right, you're doing it right now. We just did a bunch of these problems, so I'm hoping you can do this one. All right, let's look. Raise both sides to the third power. So x equals 42.875. Like that? Okay. Now, if I'm going to check against my graph, I have 3.5. Right, Rafa? I can hear you mumbling over there. So it's somewhere in here. So if I'm looking at my graph, it is somewhere in there. Exact solution, yeah, about that. I would have said 45, but it's close. If I was just picking it off the graph, I would have said 45. All right. So now, this is the part of this where we need to use a line paper underneath. So we're going to do some of these. And we're not going to do them all. Kinda. All right. With this problem right here, cube root t plus 4 equals 3. Right, Rafa? So on this problem right here, I need to try and, get rid of this. So it's going to cube both sides. So parentheses like this, and cube both sides. So when I cube that, I'm going to be left with t.
Plus 4 equals 27.
Yes, very good, 27. Now what do I got to do? I got to try and get my t by itself. Minus 4. T is
23.
Yep.
That's the answer?
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to like. Wait.
Where do you get 27 from?
3 times 3 is 9, right? Times 3 again. Yeah, that's 3 to the third.
I say you
Wait, do both of those threes cancel out
What do you mean?
from this side?
This side over here?
That 3 right there?
What are you talking about? This?
Yeah.
Yes, that's why I raised it to the third power to cancel that one out.
I think
cube root t plus 4 equals 3.
how did you do it?
Yeah, that's where I go.
All right, this one right here. We're going to do a couple of these, so we're not doing all of them. So let's take a look. So my cube root is by itself already, right? That's by itself, so I need to undo the cube root by raising everything to the third power. Both sides of the equation. Both sides of the equation to the third. So that's going to leave me with r cubed minus 19 equals... There we go. Carmen, how you doing? You alright? Okay.
You gotta square root it.
Okay.
And cube root it.
Before I do that, I need to get rid of this. So
Minus
plus 19.
Plus 27.
So r cubed is... Now, right here I have a third power. And to get rid of the third power, I cube root. So this is going to be a cube root now of both sides. So cube root here, this time to undo. So it's going to be r equals 3.
So that was. Can we skip now?
Nope, we got one more before we start skipping.
We should plug it. We're not gonna show our work, so plug it back in, or should we show
You
it?
can.
Should
That was part of the checking your answers.
Yeah.
You can still check your answers for this to make sure that you are going to get them right.
Okay, but is it?
It's not part of my steps that I'm requiring you to do. I required it previously when we first started doing these things. I'm not doing it right now though. So let's take a look at this one right here. This next one's the good one. Okay. Okay, listen up please. On this problem right here, I cannot do anything until my radical or my root is all by itself. So, I have to get this thing right here by itself first, so I need to get rid of my 3, minus 3. Not yet.
After negative.
Okay, so now right here, now I have my radical by itself. Now I undo the radical by cubing both sides. Now these will cancel, so I'm left with 2n. Negative 8 to the third power. Negative 512. Negative 512. And now I could actually get rid of my 2 by dividing both sides by 2.
Negative 256.
256.
That's it? Can I skip now?
Yes.
Can I go to the restroom?
When that guy gets back. All right, so now this is, I want you guys take a moment, look at the rest of these problems. I'm going to do one more problem for the notes.
No. Hold on. One more example with us. 'cause
Yes,
That one. Negative 10 equals negative.
that one actually was on Friday's worksheet.
Okay, well, I probably got that wrong.
Oh, anyone else?
Friday.
Not Friday. Wednesdays.
Oh.
That's a long time. Like, so do we just cube it?
Friday.
Like normal? No?
We got to get my radical by itself. So how do I get rid of the negative? Just divide both sides by -1, and then go with it. All right. Anyone? The bottom. Bottom middle. Okay, bottom middle. Bottom middle is a good one. So let's do the bottom middle one. So it has 6 minus cube root of b equals 0.
Okay, so we just minus 6.
Okay, we got to get the radical by itself, so I'm minusing 6 from both sides. So bring down the negative in front of this, so negative radical 3, third root of b is equal to negative 6.
Divide by -1.
Divide by negative 1 because I have to get rid of this. So cube root b equals 6. Now, how do I undo the third root?
I'm sorry, I'm about to get signed out. She don't understand.
Over here, these cancel. B equals. And 6 to the third power is 216? Okay. Yeah. Okay, like I said, we're not doing all of them. That's all we're going to requiring. Okay, there is more practice. We actually did these ones right here already. We did these ones right here. The most difficult one that we thought. Okay, we did those ones. And that leads us to summary. Same thing that we've done. All right, homework. It is double page, but you guys should finish it. If you're actually working, probably no more than 10 minutes. But if you're not working, it's going to take you forever because, you know what? That's what happens. Okay, like, share, and subscribe. Don't forget, hit that notification button and follow the link below. Go to the store, buy our merchandise.